Welcome to Sensibly Cynical. My name is Sean, and today I will go on another dramatic rant. We did this episode in the beginning, and to my surprise, it was one of our better downloaded episodes. So here I am going to try to make this sequel better than the original rant. I want to talk about how soft society is now. Heading into 2020, you can barely even express your opinions on a certain subject without getting backlash, especially on Twitter, Instagram, and other social media applications, even though that's what they're made to do. That's what they're made to do, is a platform where you can express yourself and be human. Humans are emotional. Humans are expressive. And society is so weak that people get easily offended. Back, in the day, I hate to feel like an old man here, but back in the day, people got less offended. There wasn't people on their cell phones 24/7. There wasn't people that were logging into social media websites every second. True, there are a lot of good things that come with social media. People can get help if they are feeling like they need, therapy. There's websites that provide that online, and there's social media applications that give people a community, something to latch onto in a time of need. There is social media applications that let you cheer on your favorite team, podcasts that are dedicated to your favorite sports team, and it does a lot of good for people. But at the same time, people need to get a life. People need to let others, express their thoughts and opinions on things. And hell, I'll even go political here. People have been able to vote for years. People have gone to political rallies for years. But I think that people need to loosen up, be less of, a critic. Everyone is policing grammar. If you mistype something, if you, use incorrect punctuation on Facebook, it's 100 replies saying, what the hell are you on, or where did you go to school, or why did you post this without checking, for spelling errors, etc. So that's the first thing that needs to change, is that people need to chill out. So what if someone says something that you don't like? That's why there's different podcasts. That's why there's different websites you can go on to that fall in line of what you believe in. As the old adage goes, treat others like you want to be treated. The next thing I want to rant about is how sports leagues and sports teams, etc., are becoming softer. Teams don't want to offend its players in any way, are afraid to do certain things that will get their players mad when their contracts run out and they don't want to re-sign, or they vent about how they are being ran on social media. And likewise, the leagues are being ran softer by commissioners, impulse changes. A catcher, for example, a catcher in baseball years back got ran over and hurt by someone trying to score from third base. And subsequently, it was like magic. There was a rule in place that you can't, run over a catcher. I mean, I think technically if you're going through the base, you're allowed to make contact. I don't know the details because it's bullcrap. And, that's just one example. Another example is the NBA not, I guess, monitoring or enforcing rules that have been around for decades. People travel. LeBron James travels, Harden travels, and every single play really. And there's no, I guess what I'm trying to say is there is no consistency when it's becoming commonplace for players to travel before they even pass the ball. Referees aren't doing their job because they're afraid that there will be a backlash. I assume that players will complain about referees, and then, and then there's a chance that the referee gets replaced. I mean, also the NFL, softer and softer. You can barely hit somebody now without a flag. I mean, it has to look okay, basically, for it not to be called roughing the passer or targeting. If a play looks bad, they're probably going to flag it. That's just how it is now. It used to be where it was a technicality, crown to head. Now, if it just looks bad, they're going to call it. I mean, Calais Campbell got flagged for something that looked bad, but in reality, the QB didn't even get touched. And then what's funny is offensive linemen hold every play and they don't call it when it's happening, and they don't call it. But then when there's, guys being flattened illegally over the middle, they get suspended sometimes. I mean, guys overreact and get mad, and then they get fined because, they made fun of the referee post-game. And it's in other platforms too. Laws are being made on impulse. People get offended. People, feel like their rights are being infringed on when it's debatable at best if they really are. Magic laws are made, and it's by actually good politicians because they're getting pushback from their political party. Local, businesses are losing money, and because people don't want to frequent their business because they're getting offended, things change. People get fired, etc. It's ridiculous. Do I think it's going to change? No, because money and, reputations get hurt and people freak out. Big businesses freak out, So I hope society changes, but with Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, Snapchat, and all this other, social media juggernauts, people are going to get offended because you post something in a comment section that is a joke or in jest or with, common sense in mind. People are going to freak out because it's not their belief. It's not something that they will respect because it's different. So they become keyboard warriors and whine and moan and groan until things change, until companies and big business people apologize for just expressing opinions and having laws changed and having rules changed because things aren't done or ran a certain way. It's ridiculous. And of course, with the new year coming really soon, this is recorded on the 27th of December. by the way, I want to tell everybody happy holidays and happy new year. I think that society may toughen up, but I don't think so. You can die serving the country, but you can't buy cigarettes now. The law just was made that you have to be 21 to buy cigarettes. 21. It goes back to what I was saying. Everyone knows the ramifications are if you smoke cigarettes, lung cancer, etc. But that's part of being an adult. That's part of making, decisions. You can make decisions without getting backlash, or you should as an adult. Your body is your body. You want to hurt it by, inhaling smoke and inhaling bad chemicals, then so be it. So be it. You should be able to, and there'll probably be more laws come out that restricts people from hurting themselves. Government shouldn't get involved in personal, business and personal health all the time. If it's egregious and if it's ridiculous, then sure, change the laws, protect people. But when it comes to decisions affecting somebody's health and somebody's, decision, that's ridiculous. People want to smoke, then they should be able to at 18. It's just going to get later and later. A pack of smokes is a pack of smokes. I'm not saying that everyone should smoke. I'm not defending companies that make cigarettes because they are making cigarettes in hopes of getting money. They don't care about people's health, so I'm not defending them. What I'm saying is, if people want a cigarette, then so be it. At 18, you're an adult, graduate high school, etc. You want to hurt your body, then so be it. Just don't hurt others. And you want to be unhealthy, you should be able to be unhealthy without the government getting involved, etc. Am I really mad at the law? No. But I think it's a step toward, overprotection and babying people. That's the truth. And this has been another dramatic rant. Hopefully I will try and make this an annual podcast, but who knows? Who knows? Thank you for listening to Sensibly Cynical. Please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes. Also, check us out on Twitter at Cynical Sensibly, Instagram, Sensibly Cynical Pod, and you can check out our Facebook group. Once again, thank you for listening to Sensibly Cynical. Take care.